will continue. We will continue the presidential nominating process with nominating and seconding speeches on behalf of Secretary Clinton.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium Senator Barbara Mikulski from Maryland.
Fellow Democrats and sister Democrats, and a special hello to the state of Maryland. Our nation was born here in Philadelphia 240 years ago. Our founding fathers gave us a great start, but it was the founding mothers who said, "Do not forget the ladies, or we will ferment our own revolution." They started the job, but we're going to keep it going. Now, yes, we do break barriers. I broke a barrier when I became the first Democratic woman elected in the Senate in her own right, and the first to chair the powerful Appropriations Committee. So it is with a full heart that I'm here today as we nominate Hillary Clinton to be the first woman president. Many of you have broken barriers. You were the first to go to college. You were the first to start a business, maybe the first to be a citizen. But when you broke a barrier, you didn't do it for yourself, you did it for so others who would not have barriers, only opportunities. That's what Hillary wants to do. She wants to break the barriers to opportunities so you won't have barriers. You can count on her. She will work for you. Some people want to rant, but Hillary wants to get results. She'll fight for your day-to-day needs and the long-range needs of the country. We'll fight for the macro issues and those macaroni and cheese issues. So you'll have national security and economic security. So you'll have an opportunity for a good job in a good neighborhood with a good school, and your kids will have a really good future. So you will have equal pay for equal work, living wages. So for health care when you need it. So yes, it's about the new jobs and solar energy, but it's so much. She wants that job to light up your home, light up your community, light up your life, and she wants that little light in you just to shine. I know that Hillary listens. The Hillary I work with is duty-driven, unflagging, and unflinching. She's a leader. So in behalf of all the women who've broken down barriers for others, and with an eye toward the barriers ahead, I proudly place Hillary Clinton's name in nomination to be the next president.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Representative John Lewis from Georgia.
my beloved Democrats, there are forces in America that want to take us backward. They want to undo 50 years of progress this nation has made under Democratic leadership. We have come too far. We have made too much progress, and we are not going back. We are going forward. That's why we all must go to the polls in November and vote like we never, ever voted before. Now, 8 years ago, our party, the Democratic Party, nominated and elected the first person of color to ever serve in the White House. Not just for one term, but 2 terms. Tonight, on this night, we will shatter that glass ceiling again. We are the party of tomorrow, and we will build a true democracy in America. Now, I must tell you, I've known Hillary Clinton for many years. She is one of the most qualified candidates to ever run for president. She is a leader, sometimes standing against the wind to break down barriers that divide us. She is smart, just smart. She could have done anything with her life, but she decided long ago she didn't want to do just well. She wanted to do good. So she has dedicated her life to public service and building a better America for all our people, where no one will be left out or left behind. So tonight, on behalf of our mothers trying to make ends meet, and our fathers who haven't seen a pay increase in years, on behalf of the students drowning in a sea of debt, on behalf of all who suffered injustice of discrimination because of the color of their skin, who protest for immigrants' rights, gay rights, voting rights, and more fairness in America, on behalf of all of the victims of senseless gun violence, I give you a leader, a great leader who can unite us as a nation and as a people, a leader who can break down the barriers and build a better future for every American. She will fight for us all with her heart, her soul, and her mind. My fellow Democrats, I am pleased to second the nomination of Hillary Clinton as the party candidate for the President of the United States. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nayla Amaru from New York.
I was born on a dirt floor to a woman whose name I will never know. What I do know is that she loved me enough to give me up so I could live the life she wanted for me. A life without hunger or despair, filled with hope and opportunity. As a baby, bundled up in the hopes and dreams of my mother, I began a new life in a faraway land called America. I was raised by 2 women and learned early on in life about intolerance and hatred. But I also learned about the power of love, faith, and hope. The first time I saw Hillary She was on TV addressing a panel of men with such confidence and ownership of self. Her poise and presence fundamentally changed how I would claim my own space in the world. I was 11. 7 years later, my belief in America inspired me to raise my hand and solemnly swear to defend her ideals with my life. I joined the Army as an ammunition specialist and gave the best of myself to a country that had given me so much. I returned from Iraq, deeply committed to restoring the faith of America's promise for everyone. Tonight, in the birthplace of our nation, we renew our commitment to democracy with an historic step towards gender equality. Reflected in broken shards of glass and Hillary herself, we can see the dreams of our daughters. This is America's promise. Along my journey, I have called California, Texas, Georgia, and New York home. And I know that what connects us runs far deeper than what divides us. If you can hear my voice tonight, join me and everyone in this hall by texting Hillary to 47246 as we move forward together. I believe in America's promise, where a child born into poverty can stand to nominate the woman she admired as a little girl as the next President of the United States and my Commander-in-Chief. As an immigrant, a combat veteran, a woman of color, and my mother's daughter, I am American. My story is our story, the story of America. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the nominations for our presidential candidates. Pursuant to the convention rules, we will now proceed to a roll call vote of the states to vote on the nominations for the Democratic Party's candidate for the 45th President of the United States. The chair of each delegation or their designee will report the vote of his or her delegate on and following the roll call. Each delegation's tally sheet showing the vote of every delegate will be collected, and all delegate votes will be counted. With that, please welcome our Convention Secretary, Stephanie Rawlings Blake, to conduct the roll call vote.